Happy client check-in day. I'm super excited to hear how your health goals are going, what your wins are. I want to let you know that we are doing this book group on atomic habits. And I just started reading the beginning and I'm blown away. There's so many things I've heard, certain principles I've heard from this book, but to read it is so powerful. So I would invite you to join us. So some of the things I wanted to share from it, though, that I've been reading, he says, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So what are our systems? What systems do we have in place that are helping us achieve what we want? And what I love about our program is that we have solid systems in place if we follow them, but it depends on us how we're following that. The other thing I want to mention that he says is true behavior change is identity change. And he talks a lot about, if we're trying to change ourselves from the outside in, it's not gonna last. So basically, when we can change our identity, that will lead to our results, and that'll base what decisions we make when we have an identity of who we want to become, and then that will lead to our outcomes. And so an example he gave, he talked about a friend that he had who lost over 100 pounds, and all she did was ask herself, what would a healthy person do? And all day long she would use this question as a guide. Would a healthy person walk or take a cab? Would a healthy person order a burrito or a salad? And so she figured if she acted like a healthy person long enough, that eventually she would become that person. And that's what we're all invited to do, right? On this journey, as like everything that we do is casting a vote for whether I want to have this identity as a healthy person, or am I casting a vote against that? And it doesn't mean it doesn't take perfection, right? In every election, there's a vote for both sides. But the more votes we cast on the side of who we want to become, the more evidence there will be that will lead us towards those goals. So, Dr. Anderson talks about this, about making the fundamental choice. Have you made a fundamental choice to be healthy? Because if you have, then each day you're going to make those choices that lead you to becoming a healthy person. And this identity change is huge. He also talked about the stories that we have and things that we reinforce to ourselves, like, for example, like, I'm terrible with directions, I'm not a morning person. I hear people say I'm just lazy, or I'm just terrible at whatever it is. And so we have to be really careful about those, because that is creating and reinforcing that identity. So changing that and saying, if we I give this example all the time. I never used to consider myself an athlete or somebody who was strong. And I wasn't. For a long time, I really struggled with that. But I started shifting that and saying, what if I can be athletic? What if I can become strong? And I started making choices that led me. I drank my EAAs every morning. I started exercising every single day, in little ways, and then just built on that and created those habits and saw, I'm changing that identity. I've changed that identity for myself. And so it's a process, and it's creating those habits that will do that. So anyway, I just wanted to invite you. This is going to be incredible. We're doing it online every week for the next month or so. It's not a hard read. There's so much good stuff that will help you on your journey. So let me know if you want to join us, and I look forward to chatting with you today.